Hello, everybody. Friday afternoon, the Friday before Christmas. It's a rainy day out there, a cold rainy day, and I can't do anything outside. So I thought, well, why not test some more recipes out? Today, I'm going to make some chicken noodle soup. I fixed chicken noodle soup plenty of times before, but I'm going to do it a different way. Just testing it out. Then I'm going to make one of my favorite sandwiches, club sandwiches. So I want you to stay tuned. We'll go ahead and get started. Couldn't do any work outside today because it's raining, but it gives me time to test some more recipes out. So I'm making the chicken noodle soup. I'm starting off with some celery, some carrots, onion, and some garlic. I want to let you see some action taking place. Now I've got a couple stalks of celery. Usually cut the end off, the bottom, and I use the leaves. Now I'm just going to give all these a quick chop. And one thing I'm going to test out is I'm going to put them in a food processor, and I'm going to give it a whirl. Now, if you don't have one of these, you can just finely chop your vegetables. I love chicken noodle soup. It is so much better than eating out of the can. The soup you buy out of the can at the store, it has a lot of salt and sodium. And I don't know about you, but that stuff gives me headaches sometimes, and I hardly ever eat it. So homemade is better. This is easy, and this will last for days. And if you fix a whole bunch of soup, you can put it in some freezer containers, and it will last for a couple of months. And you can just take it out and fix it, heat it up whenever you want. Got my onion. The best thing to do about onion is chop down the middle of it, and then don't do the side where the root is. I'll get it right here in a minute. Just get the top off, peel the onion, and just cut it down here. I've learned this myself. And just maybe do a slice. Just make sure that you have a good sharp knife, and then chop it like that. Now, it doesn't have to be finely chopped since I'm putting it in a food processor. It doesn't have to be too fancy. But like I said, if you don't have one, then you can finely chop it up. Doing the other half. Peel it. Go in. And maybe one or two times down the middle. Alright. Now I'm going to put all of this, I'm getting all the skins off. You don't want any skins in your soup. And just put it right in here. Okay? Now, garlic. Now, the garlic comes in a bulb like that, and these individual pieces are called cloves. Now, there's a trick to peeling garlic. Just take a clove of garlic, hold your knife flat, now let the grown-ups do it. And just like that. You want to see that again? There we go. Garlic is good for you. I love cooking with garlic. Matter of fact, my grandma grew garlic, and my uncles would eat it raw. I think one more clove simply do, here we go, since that was a tiny one, and just peel it off. All right, there we go. So are you ready for a whirl? Okay. Let me adjust this so you can see. All right. You want to pulse it. Okay. You just want it to get about this size of pieces. You don't want to get any farther than that. Just pulse it every now and then. And I can't wait to taste it this way. It's going to make the soup more flavorful. Now, what I'm going to do is I want you to stay tuned. I'm going to get the stove heated up, and I'm going to show you more action taking place. All right. Now I got some oil. Use vegetable oil, olive oil, whatever kind of oil that you have. I prefer olive oil, but I don't have any, so I'm going to use vegetable oil. And I got it heated up about medium-high heat. And I'm going to take all of this goodness, the carrots, the celery, the onion, the garlic, and I'm going to put it here. Make sure that you get every bit of it. You don't want to waste any of it. Get as much of it as you can. This is going to make a big pot of soup. Now, I'm going to add some more things to it. I'm going to add some salt. Now, I'm going to be using homemade chicken broth, but if you don't have that, you can use store-bought low sodium. And I'll tell you what I did to the chicken broth. I'm going to add some Italian seasoning. I'll say probably about a tablespoon of Italian seasoning. I'll get it out right. And I'm going to use some black pepper, if I can find it. Right here. Probably about a teaspoon of pepper. Now, get a spoon. I'm going to let this saute for about 10-15 minutes. So I want you to stay tuned. I'm going to continue making the soup, and I'm also going to make some club sandwiches. So I want you to stay tuned for more. All right, everybody, about 10-15 minutes have passed, and I want you to take a look. It just smells really good in my kitchen. So I'm going to lift my phone up just a little bit, and you can tell, if you can get a good look at it, that everything has come along very, very well. So I'm going to put my phone back, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do next. Now, what I did was I took some chicken, 3 bone-in chicken breasts with the skin on, and what I did, I had some homemade chicken broth already in the freezer from a previous time. Now, one thing that you want to do is save the bones from the chicken that you haven't eaten off of, and when you get so many pieces of bone, when you get so many bones, just get you some cold water, and you can put carrot, celery, onion in there, and put all of the bones in there. You can also use turkey too, and let it come to a boil and cook for a couple hours, and you'll have some really good chicken broth. Now, what I'm going to do, and I think I did mention carrots, onions, and celery all together. You can add some more things, but usually when I make a turkey, you've seen the video of how I make turkey, and I've done whole chicken the same way. Any leftover parts, I just save it up, freeze them. When I'm ready to make broth, that's what I do. And what I'm going to do now, but if you want to skip that, you use just store-bought chicken broth, low sodium. Now, I'm going to add all of this chicken broth in here. Or most of it. Alright. Now, I'm going to boost the heat up to about high. Now, I'll tell you what, this looks good already. I wish, and maybe one day, I'll get me a little tripod so you can get a better view of what it looks like. So I'm going to let it zoom in over here. And this is what it looks like. That looks absolutely good. Now, I'm going to put my phone back. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to let this come to a boil. And I'm going to add about 12 ounces of egg noodles. I'm going to open up the pack. These are the wide egg noodles. You can use the regular size. You could also use the thin size ones that you've seen, when you open up a can of soup. I just wasn't thinking about that, and I didn't have time to check it out. But maybe a future video I will. By the time I make a future video, maybe a remake, I'll find those thinner noodles. I'm going to let this come to a boil. I'm going to add these egg noodles in there, and I'm just going to let it cook until the noodles are tender. And what I'm going to do after that, since the chicken is already done, and by the way, I let the chicken cook for probably about maybe 30 minutes, 25 to 30 minutes. You don't want to put raw chicken in here. Now, I've also had used boneless skinless chicken breast. It's pretty good, but what I did with that was I added that along with the egg noodles, and if you want to do that as well, that'd be fine. But I'm going to add the chicken at the end. That way it won't be tough. The chicken won't be tough. So I want you to stay tuned while that's cooking up. I'm going to be making the club sandwiches. Welcome back, everybody. I just put in the noodles and I let them cook according to the package directions, and then I put the chicken in there, and I'm going to let it simmer for a few more minutes and soup will be done. I'm going to assemble a club sandwich. Now, I took some bread, you can use wheat or white bread, and I put them in a toaster, and you can toast it according to your preference. I'm using 3 pieces of bread, so I'm going to put mayonnaise on it. Now, if you don't like mayonnaise, you can put mustard. I'm going to put it on a little bit on all 3 slices of bread. You can fix your club sandwich the way that you want it. If you want lettuce on there, well, I don't think I'm going to put lettuce on mine. Alright, now, I got some sandwich meat here, turkey and ham. Now, if you want to use leftover Thanksgiving turkey or Christmas ham, whatever. You can do that. All right. I'm going to use a little bit more. That's a good way to use leftover ham or turkey, is to turn them into a club sandwich. Okay. Now, I'm going to add the cheese on there. You can use American. That's what I've got. You can use cheddar, any kind of cheese. We've got a few slices of tomato. Well, before I put that on there, I'm going to put a couple slices of bacon. Let's just flip this over. All right, some cheese, some tomato. All right, now put that on there. Got the mayonnaise already on there. Like I said, you can do anything with this according to your preference. Okay. It's going to be a big club sandwich. A couple more pieces of bacon. Some cheese. And tomato. Alright, if you want to put pickles on there, you go right ahead. I'm not going to put pickles on mine. I like pickles, but I'm not going to put them on there. Ain't that a big sandwich? Alright. You could probably put this in a toaster oven or something and let the cheese melt, but I'm not going to do that. Now, I'm going to attempt to cut this diagonally. Make sure grown-ups use the knife. Alright, I want you to take a look. This is the first time I've ever made a club sandwich. I've not had one in a long time. One half's going to be for me, and the other half's going to be for someone else. My mom. This is really good. You can doctor this up any way that you want to. So, I want you to stay tuned. I'm going to put everything together, so stick around. I want you to take a look. Soup is done. This looks absolutely incredible. And the club sandwiches turned out really good, and I'm so thankful for that. So I want you to stay tuned. I'm going to take a sample of both of them. All right, everybody. It is lunch/supper time. And I want you to take a look. I don't know if you take a good look at this or not. Without me spilling it, this soup is incredibly good. It looks good. So I'm going to sample it for you. I've already said a blessing. And I am just so thrilled how I put all the carrots, the celery, the onion, the garlic, everything in the food processor, and it just chopped everything up really well. And I think from now on, when I make chicken noodle soup, I'm going to fix it that way. So, and this is hot. You may want to let it sit for a little bit before you eat it. That is incredibly good. Now, if you don't think it's salted enough, just put a little bit of salt in your bowl. But I'm going to serve my soup in my bowl with crackers. You can use regular saltine crackers. You can use those oyster crackers. But either way, it's going to be really, really good. Now, the club sandwich. I'm just so thrilled of how the club sandwiches turned out. And that looks really good. Now, you go to a restaurant or go to a drive-in somewhere and they put toothpicks in there, and sometimes they put pickles on top or an olive, and I love olives. green olives and black olives. So if you want to do that to serve your guest, you go right ahead. And this looks absolutely good. Never had made one before. First time. Turned out really good. And I'm so thankful for it. Well, guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. Comments are welcome. Continue subscribing. Have a blessed Friday evening.